All right, time for another flight. Just going to avoid a race today on Saturday. I'll get some in on Sunday, but just trying to let my back not completely die from tensing up while driving. So, I know that sounds pathetic with sim racing, but I really tense up on the wheel. And after the Kansas race last night, just kind of want to relax, take a flight, and as you can see, we are back in the Seneca, and we are in a whole different country, if you couldn't tell from the buildings. We're in Portugal. So, we're going to head over to Algarve, and then up to, I'm going to say it completely wrong, but what is the track up in Lisbon? It's like Estoril. Estoril, something like that. So we're going to check out those two and check out the West Coast and just see what it's like. So, never flown in Portugal, and we'll see what all's out here. It looks like a lot of mountains at the moment, so we'll probably have to get some altitude. I need to actually look real quick. See what the minimum all the way along the line. I mean, we could just be out over the coast and not worry about it. It's not too mountainous. I thought it was going to be a lot more. So, looks like we can just, yeah, we don't even have to go above 3,000. So, way different than I thought it was going to be. Alright, so the airport that I have in there may not be the airport that we go to. We'll figure it out once we get there. That's the right way to do things, isn't it? Park brake off. And pitot heat on. So we're full up on fuel. Don't have to worry about saving fuel or doing anything like that. I think once I get tired of looking at racetracks, I might do like a cross country or something like a north to south, either Europe to South Africa or Canada down to South America. And then we'll kind of like worry about fuel and do stuff like that. But for now, we're just looking at racetracks and doing something a little different than racing. So let's go ahead and get up in the air. See if we can find this racetrack. Wobbly on my takeoff. Rudders that I use on my throttle control are very sensitive. I've tried to dial that out, but so we're at the south coast of Portugal right now, but it looks really cool. Gear is up, and we so I can figure out where to go. Looking for a main road in front of us. Let's go ahead and do some autopilot real quick just to be able to look and figure out where we're at for a moment. Good with the way we're heading, and we are climbing, so let's hop out real quick. Here is Portugal. I think that actually might just want to turn north right now. And it's already set to north, so let's just have it turn. Some wind turbines up ahead, up north. We've got this main highway. Figure out what that lake is. Yeah, we should be headed in the correct direction right now. Back the throttle off just a little bit. I'm looking for somewhat of a main road. Oh, there's the track. We have went way farther west than I thought. Very easy to spot the track, not a whole lot out around it. And yeah, I have a American tail number on this. I forgot to change that to not something really to worry about. We'll just pretend that I shipped it over. So, F1 track, we should see some big hills coming up onto the main straight, and quite a bit of hills throughout the track. This place, I would be very terrible at if they got it in iRacing. Lots of blind corners, lots of ups and downs. But you can see AI buildings around it, so that's why you've got some weird things going on, some buildings on the front stretch, but kind of a small track. You know, you always kind of think of F1 tracks as much bigger. It's like they got maybe a motocross track, then a kart track over there. But yeah, out in the middle of nowhere essentially, but next to a big town, so it all works out. Let's go ahead and just turn completely around. Start to gain altitude. We'll head over towards the coast and kind of follow that up, because I think that's going to be a little more interesting than just popping over these hills. And Portugal is not a place I know anything about at all. But really, as an American, we don't really know a whole lot about anything with Europe. I mean, we don't really go through a whole lot of education on it in high school, and there wasn't really anything I did in college that pertained to it. So, yeah, Portugal's one of those that we know they sent a bunch of ships out back in the day and found a lot of things, but that's about all I know about it. So we're going to climb up. Let's go about 4,000. We don't need to get too high. This is going to be kind of a short flight. One more pass by the track. So really not too far away from the town. And then we've already got the west coast here, so let's just start heading north as we head towards the coast. See what's all along this side of the world. Down. Even though we're still climbing, we're about to level off anyway, so not going to be the high flight. So not a whole lot of towns, or at least big towns along this area. You got a ton on the south coast. And then once you get up towards Lisbon, then you start getting a ton more. So I don't know how exciting this will be. I didn't see a whole lot of anything down in this area. Get over here to the coast and then head north. Got a little bit of weather out there. I don't know what it's picking up. I don't see... Maybe it's just clouds is what it's showing. I'm not quite sure. I've never actually had anything show up on the radar in this. And you know what? We're high enough if we're going to be by the coast. Alright, so leveled off. We're going to start picking up some speed. Ground speed right now is 152. And I need to figure out what this airport is, because I don't think I selected the airport that I actually want to go to. So I might have to change that on the GPS just so I know where I'm ending up. It's LCAT. Give that a shot. But first, focus on turning up now. Let's just head north. Hopefully this is it. It is not. All right. Swing and a miss. LPCS. That is the one we want. No, we're not actually going to follow that flight plan, but that way we actually know where the track is, because it's somewhat close to this, and it looks like we're going to have to go a little bit east. Have some clouds here, but nothing too much. And just a lot of tiny little farms and not a whole lot. Somewhat of a steep coast here. Like, it's not bad, but you don't have the big beaches like I think we're going to see as we get further up. So I think we're headed up here. We got some big old mountains up there, if we can see them all the way down here. That dude's got a nice little racetrack for a driveway. That looks like just one single place. Maybe a little outlet there into the ocean, and someone's got a nice house right next to that, or it's a hotel or something. Let's see if I can figure out what that was. Well, that is going to be impossible to find. Especially if I'm looking in the wrong area. Alright, so starting to get more things along the coast here. I couldn't find that. Just went past. Might be able to pick it up. Start turning back a little bit directly north. But yeah, not a whole lot, like not even karting or anything around here. All I've found is these two racetracks just in this portion of Portugal. Thought there was going to be bigger mountains here. I don't know why. I was just assuming. But, yeah. Now we're getting into even flatter land. And then there's these hills and then some bunch of flat land just past that, so. Alright, so I think what we have coming up is first somewhat big river. If I'm looking at this correctly, it's going to be the Mira River. Got a little beach around this town that's coming up. And not even going to try to say any of these town names because I am very, very poor at trying to come up with what it's actually supposed to sound like. I think I know where I'm at now on this map. I think that's Cavalerio back there, and that little jut out. Yep, and this is definitely the river that I was looking at. So, starting to get more towns. We've still got quite, well, actually not that long to go. We got this little jut out past here, and then it looks like those mountains are actually where we're headed towards. Got a lot of, I think that's just cloud is what is showing up there, cloud heights. To read up on the radar on that. I thought that was going to show precipitation, but I guess cloud height would make more sense, so you know where you need to go around when you're flying at much higher altitudes. So just a little town here. You would think this would be a bigger town, with it being on the coast and at a river mouth. Apparently not. It's just really cool to hop in this game and just fly to places that you have no idea about, and kind of change your whole thought on, oh, okay, it, you know, looks a bit like this. Never would have thought that. So we got some sandy areas over there, larger beaches coming up, and then I think we're gonna start getting more and more beaches, and then there's just a long, long, long beach as we get past this little point. I haven't even been paying attention to my throttle and my RPM and all of that. I was going to do that when we got to the altitude, but then I started looking around. We're fine though. Everything's in the green. We're just burning a lot of fuel. Looks like I'm actually extending this flight a bit by the way that I'm going. We could cut across this, I don't even know if they call it a bay. I think it's just the Atlantic. And we're gonna run into a big river mouth that is splitting up this whole metro area. Island off of there. Looks like it used to be a fort. The town right next to it. Again, just really small towns. I'm guessing it's just they're more packed together than American towns. That's why it seems like a small area. We got our first port that we're coming up on. big old smokestack that I'm not sure if that's actually correct or not. This is interesting. This is the dam. It's gotta be. So we're headed up over here. We're just gonna follow the coast though as we go. Oh, we do have a kart track. It is very small. I don't think I can even get us turned in time to... You know what? We might be going there. Try to figure out where the hell I'm at. Yeah, we're headed right towards it. That'll work out. It's a very small place that turns around on itself over and over. Let's see if we can pick it up. I guess it's gonna be right here. So you can see the beaches now are starting, much flatter area. Going 163, so we could be going a lot quicker had we actually got up to altitude, but it's fine. I don't know where these clouds came from, if they just popped in or I was just not seeing them. So we should have a karting track here. Santo Andre Karting International. Turn us just a little bit. We're going to go ahead and skip straight over the water. Should see the kart track right there. Like I said, it's a small one that just loops back on itself over and over. Very condensed in there. There you go. It's got one straightaway. The rest is just around and around and around. Alright, we're gonna head out over the water now. We should far off. Just double check the heights up here. Yeah, it looks like 2732, so not as tall as I thought. You know what's odd? Like, I keep thinking, oh, that's a golf course, but it's not a golf course. We haven't really seen any golf courses. Maybe I've missed them. That's something that normally stands out pretty well when you're flying. And there's been a lack of them. So fuel-wise, how much have we burnt? We've used 15 gallons already, so we are really wasting fuel, but trying to go as fast as we can. Might get some more wind as we get out over. So it looks like these mountains are all along this little south coast of this whole metro area of Lisbon. There's a river, gulf on the south side, then there's one on the center of town. So you can kind of see why this ended up being the population center. There you go, though. That is the long beach that I was talking about. And there's a golf course over here. So after saying all that, found a golf course. These clouds are high enough that we're not going to have to do anything, and not going to lose any visibility. We're still heading in somewhat of the right direction. I do kind of want to make my way over the city, check it out. I'm not sure if it's going to be photogrammetry, but there's going to be a lot of red, orange roofs. So I just zoomed in on the city, and every building's got that. So then we'll head over to Estoril, and there's a golf course over by it, now that I've said we haven't seen any golf courses. And then we'll go land, so. Something a little different, 2 major tracks in a whole different country. That looks like it should be a racetrack there. I think it's just supposed to be housing. And it's a lot of beaches around the roads, or a lot of sand around the roads. Definitely should be a racetrack, though. Looks like it. Alright, so closer and closer. See the city just coming into view past these mountains. I'm calling them mountains. Most people probably call them hills, but I'm from Nebraska. Anything that's higher than 100 feet's a mountain. So yeah, this whole area, even way inland, is very sandy along this whole stretch. We got some canals, I assume, or something. A little bit of farmland along it. Hopefully the clouds are not getting any lower as we get across there. It's definitely getting cloudier, but it doesn't look like anything's showing up in the direction that we're going to be headed. So, but yeah, I've enjoyed this plane, even though it's much harder to see out of. It's much quicker to get around. You'd be bumping knees back there though, but this is like a poor man's business plane, like, or a family plane for a richer family. Not mega rich, because then they'd just rent jets, but it does the job, what I need it for, which is fly around. And then eventually, once we start doing some of the flights over mountains, we're going to be able to get up, catch some air, and have some decent fuel economy and get across the world like I want to do. So we're going to go straight north, head over this southern part right here, and then we'll turn up and head towards Lisbon. Head straight for the city center. I bet this area is really awesome in real life. It looks like there's some cliffs there. That would be pretty neat. So one thing that this game struggles with is the steep transitions on how to make it look good, because you can't really do that from an aerial image. But yeah, a whole lot of people living in this area. Got this weird, random, I don't know if it's like a touristy location. It's just out on this little bit. Just looks like it would be a really big pain to get to. But then you got beaches. Probably not beaches that are overly populated. Another golf course. Now that we're getting near population, seeing a lot more. Kind of a smaller one though. And let's get headed this direction. Still AI driven right now. This whole area might just be AI. I don't know if we'll get into photogrammetry. You can see though, I bet those coast lines are really awesome. So sitting on this beach would be really cool to see. And then a lot of this should be a lot cooler looking water, the shallow stuff, but there's no water mask applied for this area right now. Hopefully it's something they can start doing a lot quicker in a lot more areas. So we want to head right there. Go ahead and get us pointed in that direction. Check out Lisbon. So I figured out what this is. This is for de-icing. And it just de-ices this area. I can't imagine only being able to see out of this area iced up. but apparently that's what it is, and it does not work properly because everything gets de-iced. So I don't know if it's a flaw in the plane or in the game, but not a big deal though. Flying in ice, not very fun. Turned a little bit too much. Let's get back. Oops. Couple of clicks this way. Let's see if we've got any weather information here. There's LPCS. No weather information. All right, well, we're just gonna have to guess. Another golf course. Still not high density. Once we cross or get close to this little gulf, then we're going to start hitting some really high density stuff. But yeah, this little area is really neat. So then the green patch there looks like maybe an old like hill fort turned into a park. I hope this is photogrammetry, but it doesn't look like it. Hopefully it still looks as cool as it should. Should be some cruise boats as well, but I'm not sure if we'll have those. So I'm gonna back off the throttle just a bit. I want to get a little bit lower. Bring it down to about 27. So we got one airport off over there. Might be military. I think the main airport for the city, yeah, it's right there. Yeah, unfortunately, this is all going to be AI. So there might be some weird decisions that the AI makes, but Suckerfield. Yeah, sadly, this is all AI. I was hoping we'd get some photogrammetry. That is low enough. We're at 25. So yeah, I think some of these buildings are going to be much taller than they should be. And not as dense, because I think some of this area over here would be a lot denser. And I guess that area is kind of broken up. There's not quite as much coming off of that runway. So we got the port. All the ships are flat in the water though. Then we've got the highly packed in buildings everywhere. That's why I would love this to be photogrammetry, just to get a much better sense of it. Like, you get a decent sense of it. It's just crazy. Like, look at that. Look how packed all of this area is. It's just so different. So here's that little hill fort that I was talking about. So yeah, even though this is all AI generated, it still gives you a pretty decent idea. We're gonna come up around this and then head pretty much straight west. Out and take a look at. Got a football stadium over there, another one over there. All flat though. AI had no idea what to do with those. Racetrack is going to be right there. Turn it up just this direction. I think that's the airport that we're going to land at. But yeah, still highly packed everywhere. Starting to see bigger branched roads out though. Alright, so there's the airport. Finally able to see something. We're probably just gonna head south and land south here. I assume the wind is coming off the coast. First, we'll make a pass over this. Let's drop down. To about 1800. I think the track is going to be right there. Going a little quick. Still really cool view. Where is this track? Be a little harder to see, but I think it is right there. just on the edge of the city. I'm not sure. I assume F1's been here years ago. It's not one that I've heard of it, but not sure what all races here anymore. Let's go ahead and flip all the way back around, circle over this so that I can do it. View outside. Another golf course right next to it. This one looks a little better though. We don't have anything sitting on the track, it looks like. But there you go. 2 tracks, and let's try to land this thing. Burn off some speed here. See if I can find that damn button. Close to burning off enough speed to put the gears down. Got another airport right ahead of us. There we go. Gears down. No more beeping. We're gonna go a little quicker than the landing we did at Kansas, because that was way too slow. Try to spot the runway. I think we got to do a pretty hard right turn here. Still haven't spotted it. Still haven't spotted it. Where are you, runway? Oh, way overshot. Had a little hill right in front of it too. All right. That's a new challenge. Let's go to the upper position since we're kind of nose up right now. Gears down, flaps. Full RPM. Nope, not full throttle. All right. Get turned here. Bet that house provides some pretty good views of airplanes coming in. Right on target though, 1 red, 1 white, and we're actually go quite a ways into the runway before we touch down, so, but still perfect height. It's just very low over that hill. A little low. That's fine though. Lined up just fine. We're gonna cut the power, drift down here. Probably gonna land early. A little early, a little off center. Good enough. And looks like the wind is pretty much dead, so We were fine going in the way. We did miss that one. Very small place. House is right on top of it. Might have to go watch a video of a real landing here. Check it out. Going way faster than I thought I was. So there we go. First time in Portugal in the game. Pretty neat area. And yeah, hopefully that was a decent flight to watch. We'll go park over here. So I once again slam on the brakes because all I have is full brakes or no brakes. And there you go. So, hope you enjoyed that. A little shorter one. Well, not really that much, 56 minutes. But, yeah, that was a fun landing. Definitely want to see what this place is like in real life. So, yeah, if you know more about the tracks, especially this one up here, let me know. I should have looked up more, but this was kind of a last-minute decision to go do this flight. So, yeah, let me know what all I talked out of my ass about, and any more information you can give me on these places, this area. Thanks for watching.